Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Something a little bit different today. Normally this is a sneaker channel, although it's actually Geordie Geek, and I started off doing the odd piece of tech here and there. And one of the tech pieces is actually my GXD emulator. It was the most watched video I've done of all time. You can see my hand, a unboxing knife, and today is the 29th of September. So what was releasing on the 29th of September? This was releasing on the 29th of September. Inside here, which I will unbox in a moment, is the SNES Mini, the European UK version, which I managed to order super amazingly from Argos 6 months ago now. When they came up for pre-order, bang, I was super quick, it happened, and they sold out in an instant, but I got the pre-order in. I didn't actually get a delivery notification or anything, and I was like, will it come, will it come? Today, here it came, and I actually got a delivery sent order 2 days ago. So here it is. I will do a very quick unboxing of this outer box, and then let's have a look at the inner box. So I'll do a fast forward bit here, but here's my unboxing knife, and get ready for the Benny Hill moment. Okay, Benny Hill moment over. Here we have it. This is the Super Nintendo, the SNES Mini, the entertainment system, and it is the Nintendo Classic Mini. As you will know, this came out last year as there was a NES Classic Mini, with a lot of issues with it, to be honest. I didn't end up buying one, and the resale on them ended up being around about 120 quid, and I did find a video where I could have made one myself and stuck it in a controller just using a Raspberry Pi, which I did think about but never got around to. But when this one came out, I was super happy to get it. I mean, the NES is okay I mean, I wasn't really a game player. I wasn't a console gamer until I got a Super Nintendo 64, and that was my first console, which was basically because I was sick of upgrading PC 386s. So this is more my era, the PlayStation, just before the PlayStation, so just before the Super Nintendo 64 was the NES Mini, the SNES Mini, or the SNES. And here it is, and there's a lot of things that were wrong with the NES that they fixed with this one. So what was wrong with the NES? So what was wrong with the NES was it only came with one controller. This one comes with two. And the other thing that's wrong with the NES, which you'll see when we get this thing opened, is the controller cables were around about, I don't know, half a meter long or something ridiculous. So the only way to play this with your TV was to plug it in over the HDMI, stick it in the back of the TV, and you had to effectively then sit on top of your TV. They've listened to the problems with that, fixed it in this version. I think you now have a 1.5 meter cable with these. So again, let's have a little bit of a Benny Hill speed up, and let's get this one unboxed. Okay, so let's see what's inside the box. So you get a set of instructions, and let's just pop this down on my knees. So you get a set of instructions. These are the Super Nintendo Entertainment Classic Mini instructions. There's probably nothing amazing in there. You have a code, actually. So to join My Nintendo, you get a code, which gives you 300 points. Not really that interested, to be honest. And some very, very basic instructions on how to plug it in and so on and so forth that nobody will ever look at in a million years. So here's how it's packed inside the box. So what do you get inside the box? So we have here, that's a controller, so let's leave that there, another controller. So underneath the controller, so we have a HDMI cable, reasonable length, I'd say it's about 1 meter. One of the key things with this is it doesn't come with a power brick at all, nothing. Now it just takes a standard USB that you're going to get from a mobile phone charger, that's fine. But it doesn't come with one. The US one does, the UK one doesn't. Nice bit of cost saving there. So inside we have, as we've seen, the two controllers. And then all that's left in here is the box. So let's have a look at one of these controllers. Take it out of there. And you can see a SNES controller in all of its absolute glory. And whoop, we now have this super long cable. Can't even fit it on the screen. Look at that. How long is that? So a nice, lovely long cable, which means with a nice long HDMI, and I've got a 3 meter HDMI somewhere, you could probably sit quite a nice distance from the TV, plonk the SNES Mini in the middle of the room, go there, and I can sit on this sofa. My TV's about, I don't know, about 8 foot away. Should be easily done. So, so the end is a proprietary end. That is not a USB end of any variety. I'll show you how that fits in a moment, but it's not USB. And so here we have the controller itself. So we've got the SNES or Super Nintendo, and it's exactly the same as what you would have got. You've got two shoulder buttons, one on the top here. You've got the D-pad, which feels nice and responsive. You've got select and start with a nice rubber feel on it. That's not rubber, so that's actually hard plastic, so no rubber feel on that, but a rubber feel on these. And then you've got the A, B, X, Y's here, and exactly the same as they were. Very nice. And you can see on the back. So, you know, really nice build quality. Nintendo have done a pretty good job on this one. I was lucky enough also to buy it at cost. A lot of people mark it up a tenner, so I think it was meant to be 69 and people mark it up for 79. I managed to get it at the 69. So that's a controller. So we've seen that. Nice long lead, proprietary end, ding dong. And left in the cable we have, so we have a USB, micro USB, so that's for you to plug it into a USB charger. If you've had a mobile phone in the last 30 odd years, you will have loads of those lying around the house. And then you have a mini USB on that end. So it's just a standard cable. If you've got any lying around, you can use your own. Well, this seems quite nice and long as well. There we go. And so nothing else in that box. Now one empty box, apart from one last thing, and that is this. So let's pull this out. This tiny, 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 tiny. There we go. We now have here the Super Nintendo Mini. Absolutely lovely. Feels nice in the hand. It's a hard plastic, no soft on it, no rattling. It's really good. You have on the top here, obviously you've got the SNES logo. You have a fake, there's nothing there. It's a fake cartridge insert area. Although it is a separate piece of plastic, so you've almost got a piece of plastic glued on top of the fake insert. You have an eject button, which obviously does nothing. There's nothing to eject. You have a reset button here, which is just a press button. And then here you have a power button, so that switches it on and off on this power button here. Around the back we have the HDMI on the back there, and we have the DC in. One thing that would be interesting is, I know for the NES you were able to hack it, and there was a hacking process to be able to put on hundreds and hundreds of games rather than 21 that come with it. So I need to read up on that. I can't obviously see a way of doing that unless, no, so there's no specific, unless you can do that through that, but I think that's probably just power. So we'd have to see how that works. How could you do that? Because I believe, well, I'm not 100% certain, the NES had a USB port and you just put a USB cable in. So that takes us to this. So you've got two fake inserts. Now obviously that does not go into this. So this pulls off, and pops forward, takes away the fakery, and it just slots in there. And it's nicely well built. It's actually got two buttons on the side as well. So again, it's part of the well built. It's not cheapy and nasty. It goes in, it won't pull out unless you press the buttons on the side. So that's really well built. And that's it. If you look at the back end of it, you can see it's good quality as well. You've got 4 rubber feet on it, standard Nintendo stuff. And I'm looking forward to popping this on and having a look at some of the games, most especially Donkey Kong Country. It's one of my favourites. Lots and lots of Marios. We've got some... and then obviously the big one that comes with this, I'll rattle through the games really quickly, but the big one that comes with this is Star Fox 2. So Star Fox 2, as you may not know, but as you are now about to know, was never released on the SNES. I think it came out on the Nintendo 64, but for various marketing reasons, it was built for the SNES, didn't come out on the SNES, came out on the Nintendo 64. So for the first time ever, you can play on this console Star Fox 2. So I think Star Fox 1 and Star Fox 2 is on there. If we just run through the back, I'll show you the back there. You can see, you can freeze frame it, you'll be able to see all of the games in all of their glory there. So we've got, Super Mario World, we've got Zelda Link to the Past, we've got Donkey Kong Country, we've got Star Fox 1 and 2, Final Fantasy 3, Super Mario Kart. So you've got the 2 controllers, Mario Kart, 2 people. That's a lot of evening fun. A couple of Kirby games, never a big fan of Kirby. Street Fighter 2, excellent game. Contra, Earthbound, and what many say is the best game ever for the SNES is Super Metroid. I was never really into a platform shoot 'em uppers, so we'll see how I feel about that one when I get to it. But there you go, there's all of the games. And that's it. That's it. So that is the unboxing on the day of release of the SNES Mini, the UK version, or probably the European version, because I'd imagine it's very, very similar, and that's why there's no plug in there, so you can avoid having lots of different plug ends. But there you go. Another quick round for you guys. You can see it there, come back in the middle. Nice round. I can see, I mean, still at the moment, the NES Minis, you can get them on resale on eBay or Amazon for around about 120, sometimes 150, depends on how it's going and how many's around. You know, this was 69 or 79, depending on where you bought it from on launch. These are going to resell again for probably double that, maybe even up to the 200s for the first month or so, and then as they come a bit more onto the market, you're probably going to get one of these for 150 to 120 to 150. I'm not selling this. This is mine. Hopefully, I'll be able to hack it in the future as well and get as many games on it as I'll be able to shove onto it. Let's see how that goes, and actually I'll have a bit of a YouTube later. I'm pretty sure some people have had these for a month already. Pretty sure some of that's already gone on. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed that. A little bit of, you know, if you're one of my trainer regulars, apologies, or sneaker regulars. If you're one of the guys who followed me for some of the geeky reviews, the tech reviews very early on in this YouTube channel, welcome back. Hope you enjoyed that. That's the SNES Mini. See you later. Geordie Geek out.